All right, joining us for the reaction, nationally syndicated Salem radio talk show is Larry Elder, and Fox News contributor. She has her own show on FoxNation.com. Tammy Bruce is with us. So, okay, let's go over the history of this. A concentration camp like Auschwitz is the same as a detention center. We're going to make the comparison. Well, we boycotted Nazi Germany. Now we're going to boycott Israel. And did she never hear about Martin Luther King Jr. and all of those brave civil rights leaders that were pelted with bottles, rocks, and fire hoses and had dogs turned on them, marching to make this a more perfect union?
The insult and the ignorance is stunning. There is a family still, of course, who will not know any of their grandchildren or great-grandchildren because their son, their brother, was murdered at Kent State. Young people protesting the Vietnam War. Her job and her position in this country right now, being taken seriously, was brought to her in part by my generation, which also marched and fought for civil rights and fought regarding the AIDS issue.
This is a big part of your life personally.
It is. This is. I come from that realm. This is the problem with malignant narcissism: is the inability of this particular generation, strangely, to not be able to see past themselves, literally their own nose. In addition to just the general ignorance, her argument that unemployment rate was low because people had two jobs, just stunning comments. And what you opened with, this notion about the diseases, and her talking about, what'd she say, we're going to die. Remember, we also only had 12, the Earth was only going to live for another 12 years. What she was talking about with the glaciers was debunked years ago. And scientists tried to recreate ancient pathogens. They failed. That is a lie. And for her, this is the worry. She hears things from her crowd. They're sitting around and they all complain. None of them are curious enough to wonder if what they're hearing is correct.
Larry, she doesn't clearly know anything about Auschwitz and what Nazi Germany did. That's scary if you're going to compare it to a detention center with soccer fields, medicine, food, water, supplies. And she'd never heard of the brave civil rights leaders that made this a better country when they risked their lives. This is the first generation.
Right.
I'll pay for the the trip to go to see Auschwitz and then go see a detention center. But she has to get a history lesson along the way.
And Sean, she went to Boston University. Couldn't she smell the tea that was thrown in the harbor by those protesting against King George? And come on, let's be fair. Who knew she could cook? She apparently is burning the mac and cheese. She apparently is burning, Tammy. Apparently she's burning the mac and cheese. I don't know what she's going to do with it now because she doesn't know how to operate a garbage disposal. So you got a real problem. And she said she wakes up at 3:30 in the morning worried about climate change. AOC, guess what? A lot of us wake up at 3:30 in the morning worried about you.
Tammy.
Yeah, look, I think that this is almost like an MTV, a generation, in that the lives are on television. It's in little moments of you in your kitchen making something from a package, and what you think off the cuff is the only thing that matters. People have, throughout this nation's history, died, fought civil war, civil rights movements for everybody. In order for her to be able to live this remarkable life, she should at least be curious enough to wonder if she's right.
She's not.
No, she isn't. Right. That's why we have elections, thank goodness.
Thank you both. When we